This story was submitted anonymously by a rideshare driver in North Carolina. He said he's been behind the wheel for over 5 years. But what happened one early morning made him seriously consider never accepting another ride again. It was a little after 4 a.m. when the request came in. The location was a long, empty stretch of road that cut through the outskirts of Asheville, mostly surrounded by open fields and occasional farmhouses. The request seemed ordinary, a single rider. Name? Sarah, no profile photo. But it was early morning, and weird names, blank profiles, they weren't unusual in his line of work. He tapped accept and made his way toward the pin. He pulled up to the side of the road. No house nearby, just a lone streetlight, and a figure already standing there. It was a woman. Late 20s, maybe early 30s, long hair, pale skin, wearing a white t-shirt and jeans. She was standing completely still, not looking at her phone, not waving him down, just waiting. He rolled down his window. "You, Sarah?" She nodded, didn't say a word, then, without hesitation, walked around and got into the front seat. He thought it was strange. Most riders chose the back, especially women. But again, not totally unheard of. He tried to strike up some small talk. "Early start to your day?" She didn't respond. He glanced over. She was sitting straight, stiff, eyes staring ahead, hands resting flat on her thighs. He chalked it up to her being tired, or maybe just socially awkward. The destination on the app was a small rural neighborhood, about 30 minutes away, so he shrugged and started driving. 15 minutes into the ride, things began to feel off. The car was silent, too silent, no music, no road noise. It felt like the air inside the vehicle had thickened, like every sound was being muffled. And then the real weirdness began. Glanced at the app and noticed something strange. The fare meter wasn't moving. It had stayed at 0 since the ride began. No time. No miles, nothing. He tapped the screen, rebooted the app. Still blank. He tried to hide his concern, but then something else happened. He looked over, and the front seat was empty. Just empty. No one sitting there. He slammed the brakes, heart racing, eyes darting around. How could she be gone? The door hadn't opened. He'd heard no click, no sound, no movement. Just 1 second she was there. The next, nothing. He stepped out of the car, looked around. Empty road. No trees to hide behind. No ditches, just flat fields. Nothing. He checked the app again. The ride had been cancelled, not ended cancelled, and that wasn't the part that chilled him most, because a moment later, his phone buzzed. He looked down. The screen flashed with a notification. "Thank you for the ride." No sender, no number, no app, just the message. He stood there in the early morning dark, unsure of what to do next. Eventually, he got back into the car and decided to drive straight home. As he turned back onto the main road, headlights from a passing truck lit up the roadside, and that's when he saw her. The same woman, same pale face, same t-shirt, standing at the side of the road again. This time, she wasn't waiting. She wasn't moving at all, just staring directly at him. As he drove past, he didn't stop, didn't look back. When he got home, he sat in silence for hours, trying to convince himself it was a glitch, that maybe the woman had never been there, that maybe he'd fallen asleep at the wheel. But then came the kicker. The next day, he checked his ride history. There was no trip from that morning, not even a cancelled one, just a small pending transaction from Uber support for a cleaning fee. He hadn't reported anything. He hadn't requested anything. He checked the note. It simply said, "Sarah, seat stained." He went out to the car, heart pounding, checked the front seat. It looked clean, but when he leaned in closer, there was a faint smell, old, wet, metallic, like dried blood. He filed a report with Uber, got no response. He even posted in a few driver forums. Some people said it was a glitch. Others joked about ghosts. But one message stood out. Another driver from West Virginia said, "I picked up a Sarah 2 years ago. No picture, silent rider, disappeared mid-ride, never accepted a request after 2 a.m. since. To this day, Daryl refuses to accept any ride between 3 and 5 He changed his settings to avoid remote pickups, and whenever he drives past rural roads like that again, he keeps his eyes straight ahead, never to the side, never behind him, because the next time Sarah gets in the car, she might not leave. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, there's something undeniably creepy about the silence of back roads at 4 a.m. Maybe this was just a software glitch. Maybe it was something else. All I know is, next time you get into an Uber, maybe double check the seat beside you.